I have 6 questions, but I'm going to only ask 2.
Okay.
All right. So, what was your most expensive perk, number 1? And number 2, on a more serious note, did you get any pushback from anybody saying, hey, it's Penn Teller and you're Adam Rifkin, you've made movies. Don't you guys have the money yourselves?
I'll answer both questions.
Okay.
The most expensive perk was Penn's ponytail.
For how much?
Which was available for $25,000, and
Someone bought it.
And it was bought. It was bought by a guy who owns one of the biggest. He's a very wealthy guy. Owns one of the biggest video game companies in the world. Has nothing but money, but he's also a magician, and he loves magic, and he loves Penn, and he loved the campaign video, and he wanted to help get the movie made.
And before you answer question 2, about what point in the campaign did he buy that perk too?
It was about 2/3 of the way in, I'd say.
And he probably found out of it between tweeting, Huff Live. I mean, you know, if you hadn't worked your campaign,
it never would have gotten to him. I mean, that's the thing, is that the reason you want to work your campaign all the time is because you never know who's going to finally see that one tweet that is going to retweet it to somebody that you don't even know is out there, who never would have known about it to begin with, who suddenly is the person who buys your ponytail.
That's why my friend's theory, she told me, she's a big tweeter, social media. She goes, it's not who you know anymore, it's who knows you.
It's true. It's true.
And
now, there's also, I mean, you have to do it with finesse. You know what I mean? You can't just tweet every 5 minutes, give me money, give me money, give me money. People will tune it out, and that'll be that.
But it's about engagement.
You have to be engaged. You have to be, I mean, the thing is, it was easy for us, Penn and myself, because we're excited about this movie. We believe that this is going to be a great movie. We're having fun with the idea of getting to make this movie in this new way. And so talking about it came very naturally.
So what he's saying is, you know, your campaign has to constantly highlight things. Yeah. Adam doodled, and he'd put new doodles on the page, and he'd share those with his audience.
Correct.
You know, we'll show you actually some video support videos too, which they garnered to get going. But let's go to question 2 that Ed just brought you. You know, what about you and Penn, these big successes? You know, I mean, did anybody say, hey? You know?
Well, they always do that now because crowdfunding is relatively new. So when anything is new, there are going to be, people fought against sound when it was a new innovation. You know what I mean? So there are always going to be people who say, what do you need to crowdfund this movie for? You're Penn Jillette. You're rich. Just write the check. Well, the truth of the matter is, Penn has put his money where his mouth is twice before. He fully funded his last 2 movies. He made a documentary called The Aristocrats, and he made a documentary called Tim's Vermeer, which is coming out this year. And he is not opposed to fully financing his own movies. I as well have funded movies of my own. I co-funded Look, with money that I made writing Underdog. I've put other money of my own into other movies that we've made together. But, this is a bigger movie. And so, we're not asking for charity from people.
Right.
We're giving them the opportunity, to sort of buy some stuff in advance. So you could get all kinds of cool stuff for your money. It's not give us money because we're a charity case. It's, hey, if you want to see this movie, you can help us make the movie.
Contributions, rewards.
Yeah, exactly.
People that are fans, people that are interested in your work, what you're trying to do is engage with them. And actually, I think you guys even overcompensated and made sure that everyone was getting more value for anything that they bought. So in that way, you're actually presenting a gift to people, I think, that really want it in a way that no one else can do it. And I think what you did that was clever, too, is you hung that campaign on that slogan, Make Penn Bad.
Correct.
And that's what I think was really kind of almost a crowdfunding test. It wasn't about who's funding the movie. It's like, does the audience want to make Penn bad?
And luckily they did. And the audience had just as much fun with it as we did, because what would happen is people would contribute, right? And then suddenly they were vested, because the philosophy that we have is that we're all making this movie together. If this was funded by traditional means, whoever at whatever studio funded it, they'd be coming to the set. They'd ask if their nephew could be an extra in the background. They'd be engaged. Well, our version of the studio are the 5,000 people out there who've contributed. So yes, they are now engaged in making the film with us. We're partners
You
together.
got a whole bunch of them that are showing up being corpses.
A whole bunch of people bought in to be corpses. A whole bunch of people bought in to have walk-on roles. A whole bunch of people bought in to be executive producers, which is all great. So all these people involved we are all making this movie together, and that's part of the fun. And so then they're vested. So then they're tweeting about it because they want to see it succeed as well, because they're now part of the process.
Which
So
is
what
how
was-
you get friends of friends.
So what would be a typical day in the campaign? Were you answering 100 emails, 50 emails? You know, what was it? I want people to understand how hard you had to work, because you just said in the beginning, geez, I thought we'd tweet a couple of times, the money would just start rolling in. It wasn't like that.
We would tweet throughout the day, every day. People would tweet us, we'd tweet them back. We'd tweet out what's going on. We'd tweet out
Thank people.
We would thank people. Everybody who contributed, we'd thank them. We'd encourage them to start, joining the campaign. We would do interviews with people. We would email and tweet outlets to try and engage them so that they would write articles about us. Penn was very open about it. He'll talk to anybody about the campaign. So once word got out about that,
You
we
must
were
have done a dozen podcasts.
tons of podcasts.
Small and big, too.
It didn't matter. I said I'll talk to the New York Times, or I will talk to the Montessori, newsletter. It doesn't matter, because you never know who out there is going to get excited about seeing this campaign and want to be a part of it.
So I want to get to something quickly, because I thought this was very inventive, and actually show some clips of this. Is that it's very interesting how you get your friends to support campaigns.
Sure.
And Penn and you both have, many highfalutin celebrity friends. But I've never seen anybody really come to bat, like they did for you guys. And it was quite unique the way they came to bat for you, Adam.
Well, and I think it was it worked out because of the campaign hook, which was, Penn Jillette is a nice guy, but he's always wanted to play a bad guy. So will you please help make Penn bad? So we asked all of our celebrity friends, we're trying to make Penn bad, and we just sort of put the word out there.
Do a support video.
Yeah, do a support video.
So let's see what happened. Why don't we show Neil Patrick Harris's support video for Make Penn Bad?
Yeah.
Hey there, my name is Neil Patrick Harris. I've been friends with Penn Jillette for a long, long time. He's always been super lovely to me, the kindest man, very much involved with charity. In fact, last year, Christmas gift. Look at that. Nicest gift ever. I don't know what's happened recently, but he's gotten meaner and meaner. It's getting bad. Just a couple days ago, I was sent this. So, please, someone, do something.
Help me be a bad guy.
So I don't know if that was really a support video, but I guess any news is good news.
Right. All publicity is good publicity. The whole fun of the campaign was, the more money that's coming in, the more of a bad guy Penn is becoming.
Got it.
And so we just sort of said to all our celeb friends, don't talk about giving us money. Don't get your Twitter followers to, go to the campaign page. Just talk about the fact that Penn is getting bad. And that's how it could help us.